Hey there, tarot readers. April here on Learn Tarot and Witchery, and today I'm going to do a walkthrough of this deck. My first impressions, brand new deck, gotta love it, so shiny and new, of This Might Hurt by Isabella Rotman. So unlike some of my other walkthroughs, this is going to be a little bit more intensive. I'm going to really just give you kind of my thoughts on the cards, especially some of my favorite cards that I look for whenever I look at any deck. You'll get to see the cards and kind of my thoughts. But before we jump into it, of course, I want to let you know that down below in the description box, I have gifts for you, free PDF printables for your tarot grimoires, spreads, all sorts of, cool cheat sheets and so forth. So check those out. And I want to let you know that in March, I am doing a tarot journaling challenge where I'm going to give you prompts and cool printouts, and it's all free. All you have to do is sign up for it and you'll get the emails every week in your inbox. It won't be too much because I don't want to overwhelm you, just enough to really get you going. So if you've been wanting to do more of a deep dive into a deck or two, I want to encourage you to sign up for this because it'll really just kind of give you the prompts that you need and that little bit of push to have fun and start tarot journaling in a way that makes sense for you. So check that out down below. Sign up in the description box down there. Okay, so first of all, this box, if I can get it open, really nice box. I like that. I wish it opened all the way, but here we are. Oh, it's so pretty. It's gold and shiny. I love shiny things. I love shiny things. Right off the bat, okay, first of all, can you see that? It's like black shiny edges that I ordered, and you got to choose that. I really love that about this. So I'm gonna put the guidebook off to the side so I'm not tempted to cheat. So one of the reasons I ordered this is because it was a little bit more modern, and I wanted a little bit more modern take just with the representations in the deck. And so, to me, that looks like the Golden Gate Bridge right there. Could be a bridge anywhere, though. Oh my gosh. So the Fool, really important to me. And the first thing I notice is that this looks like a little French bulldog, which my daughter has. And so I love that tenacious little dog. And, he's got his messenger bag on. God, he looks like something straight out of Portland, honestly. That's hilarious. And I love it. I love this version. The Magician. Oh, look at this. Look at the energy. So, one of the things in the Rider-Waite-Smith that I don't super care for is that it's so stagnant. There's not a lot of energy going on in this card, even though he's supposedly casting. You've got all of the elements here. You've got your infinity symbol, as always. A lot of the typical Rider-Waite, with the lilies down here, which you would find in there. And it's a coffee cup. Look at that. It's a coffee cup. That's awesome. But he's just rocking it. I love that. There's a super good amount of energy in this card. A lot of fun. High Priestess, always important to me. Okay, so of course the first thing that I'm noticing is some diversity, which, I appreciate. I feel like the tarot itself and the body of knowledge should reflect what's going on in our society. And we have people of color. We have people of all different sizes and orientations. So look at this. She's actually sitting on the moon, and these are trees right here. Oh my goodness. And the book is actually sort of held between her hands. It's sort of levitating, the book of knowledge there. And she's got the Triple Crown on. And of course there's the curtain. So, what's behind the curtain? She's behind the curtain, and then there's the world out there. Great rendition. The Empress, not pregnant. I know that there's a whole thing on YouTube right now about pregnant empresses. I have to say, this is a card that I've struggled with, and I think it's because of that pregnant state and sort of the patriarchal representation. I like this. She looks wild and free. She's got voluptuous lips, and she's wearing the diadem of stars. And yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Look, and then there's the little Venus shield in there. Can you see that? The little Venus. So we have the typical symbolism, the Emperor. I'm an Aries. My sun is Aries. How many of you out there have a sun or moon arising in Aries? Look at that. So very interesting with the ram and the globe. I like that he has a scepter. And then there's kind of a doorway and these mountains behind. That's cool. That's cool. And the Hierophant. Interesting. I'm wondering, is that does he have oh, I thought maybe he had a cell phone in his hands, but he doesn't. I like how they're modern and he is not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig into that card a bit. That's really interesting. And like, I almost think of this as like Greek thought, these statues sort of tipping their hat to sort of Greek thinking. The Lovers. Oh, look at this. Oh, I love this. I love the color palette in this. It's really warm. It's really earthy. And these are the colors that I would wear. All of these colors are colors that I would wear. Again, just more diverse. I'm going to say this, natural hair in there. They're in nature. They are sky clad. They are completely unashamed and coming together to create something. And I love that these are natural bodies and natural hair. You know, really, that means a lot to me because I don't like the stigmas that we have put on people of color to change their hair or to change the way they look or their natural bodies. So that's really cool to me. Just a little thing there for me, kind of my own little soapbox. The Chariot on motorcycles, super fun. Strength, this is my life card. How many of you know what your life card is out there? Maybe I'll do a video on finding your life card. That's my life card. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. The Hermit, a very important card to me. Oops, sorry, a very important card to me. And it's interesting, it's snowing. I've never sort of seen one with it actually snowing. So this is very different and it's a woman. Or maybe they're a they, who knows. But it looks to be a female phenotype. And it's kind of sort of like a Coleman lantern here, which is really cool. So I like these modern things. The Wheel, interesting. She is what looks like a sphinx in a way. She's like part, or is she? Yeah, because this is lion down here. And you've got the snake and the sword. This is a really interesting card. I find that the Wheel is a card that does not get represented very well in decks. So I don't know. I'm going to have to dive into this one a little bit more. I really want to look at the book. Let's just look at the book for a second here. All right, so I wasn't going to cheat you guys, but I just couldn't resist. This is a card I have a lot of connection to and a deep understanding of its position in the major arcana. I really enjoy this card. And so the book does not disappoint, let me tell you right there. Very thoughtful. Did not notice that there is rain up in the one corner. So there's rain and wind. So you've got water. You've got all the elements here. And it looks very seasonal as well. You've got the word tarot written in clockwise on the wheel in Roman lettering. And then you have the word Torah counterclockwise on there, which is really cool. And then she just talks about, she's got symbols in each corner. The elements are in each of the corners, 4 corners. Okay, and it says here, despite all its complicated symbolism, the meaning of the wheel of fortune is actually quite straightforward. The wheel turns. And then of course it has some more on here, and I don't want to spoil it because I haven't really done my own personal deep dive on this, so I want to wait. But yeah, so I think I'm really going to like this. I know I'm going to like the guidebook because there's so much more. This is my first impressions here, so I'm missing a ton of stuff here. Justice. Cards are a little bit dark, which is interesting. You can't even see, but it's kind of dark in here too. I have to tell you, I don't have the best eyes. That's why they wear these glasses. Justice, she looks very swanky, very savvy, and there's a little nod to Ruth Bader Ginsburg right there. Look at that collar. Yeah. Way to go. I love it. The Hanged Man, kind of typical, not a card that I super look at. Death. Now this is a fun death. Look at this. like how the crown is kind of floating above Death's head. And again, he looks pretty swanky the way he's dressed. Interesting, a lot of the typical Rider-Waite symbolism in here. And of course, I don't want to slow down too much because that's just crazy. Temperance. Now, this is a favorite card of mine. I usually go to the Temperance card. I like that she did choose to make it an angel because that's typically what it is, making the angelic elixir, which we are being given from the heavens to drink, which brings just what we need. And it's coffee cups, which I love. There's an overflow, and then we've got opposing elements, water and fire. So I'm really liking this. There's actually a lot of symbolism. There's a crown floating over here. Again, a foot in the water, a foot on land. So a lot of the typical symbolism and flowers. Oh, I look forward to digging into this. The Devil. Now talk about a dark card. It's definitely, this is a darker card. I really like this. I love what's going on in here. And I love, there's just so much going on down here. The gluttony. You know, the Devil, I'm going to do a video on just the Devil for those of you who are interested. Did you see my Three of Swords video? Check that out. That was a deep dive on the Three of Swords, but I'm going to do a deep dive on the Devil. The Devil is really an opportunity for us to open ourselves to seeing our own personal power and how we're abdicating that. So this is really interesting. And I feel like this Devil, are those breasts? Is that a woman? Is it a man? Who knows? You know, I feel like there's a bit of an androgynous characteristic there. The Tower, another favorite card of mine. The Star. Look at this. Not shying away. That's like full frontal nudity there, and I like it. I love the feel of this, and I love that it's milk jugs. That's kind of funny. And again, you've got constellation up above. So all these kind of typical things. The Moon card, interesting. So I love how they got sort of the polarities there of the conscious and unconscious mind revealed in there with them being people with these heads on them for the unconscious and conscious mind, the wild, the untamed and the tamed aspect of self. The Sun card, and it looks like it's on maybe a Labradoodle. Super fun there. It's kind of a fun little change. Getting a little bit more comfortable. Wow, this Judgment card is really cool. I like this a lot. I really do. Oh my gosh. And it's Anubis on here. So look, you've got Anubis, and he's weighing the heart against a feather. Very interesting imagery here. That's going to be, this is a card that should signify that space between death and rebirth, or death and whatever comes after. And I think this really does a great job of bringing that into the fore. The World card. Now, I love this representation. Look at this body representation, you guys. This is another thing that drew me in here. Let's face it, ladies, you know, we're not all super skinny. There are so many beautiful types of bodies out there, and I feel like this is such a wonderful representation. Again, you have the four symbols, a lot of the typical symbolism. You have the snake eating its tail in there, and she's standing outside of time. Yeah, I'm liking this. Look, burning the candle at both ends. That's cool. This is really cool. I'm really looking forward to getting into the guidebook here. Two of Wands, kind of thinking about it there on the card. Really cool. Interesting she chose bunnies under there for that. This, good job. She's really represented the playfulness of this card, because this is a playful card. It's not so serious. We're just checking things out. Wow. Okay. So I know I'm really... Eight of Wands. Interesting. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. Getting a little bombarded there. 10 of Wands. Ooh, look at this. That stack of wood on there. Okay, we're going to move into the court here. Page. Oh, I love it. He's got a ukulele. This person must be from Portland. I got to look this up. This is so Portlandia, and I'm from Oregon, so it's funny. Motorcycle here. Great for the Knight of Wands, that motorcycle. Good choice. Love the color palette. So you've got that warm color palette going on in there. Queen. That's interesting. Queen of Wands. I like it. There's a collected nature. She feels very collected, which is a way that I look at the... And then the king is actually a female representation. Look at that. Okay, Ace of Cups is a favorite card. Again, the coffee cup for cups. And you still have the dove there, which I like. Two of Cups. Oh my gosh. Look at how sweet and tender. Great job on this card. This is a really precious card. And it is about that understanding each other, see each other and really getting that other person and feeling held and seen and safe, which is really what the Two of Cups is about. Three of Cups. Four. Ooh, interesting. Like she's off doing her thing and not really noticing, which is a good representation. Five of Cups. Kind of this typical, even quite Rider-Waite there, just a little modern interpretation of that. Six in the city. You got the city going on there for that childhood exchange. Seven of Cups. Look at the hanging plants. I like this. And she looks very overwhelmed, doesn't she? Which is really what that Seven of Cups is about. Eight of Cups, and you can see them walking away, so you've still got that in there. And I love the fact they have a knapsack on, and there they are with their walking stick, and they're just like, see ya. See ya. Nine of Cups. Interesting. Very interesting. And it really, it's highlighting that, that knowing your stuff sort of feel and being in flow. 10 of Cups. Oh, that's very sweet. I'm studying this card for the year, so it's kind of interesting. Page. Oh, look, there's the fish. Managed to get the fish in there for the Page of Cups. Knight. Again, another motorcycle. So instead of horses, we have motorcycles. And this is sort of a nod to Mercury here, I would say. That's an interesting take on the Knight of Cups, bringing that in there with that sort of intuitive messages coming through. Queen of Cups. Oh, I like this a lot, and I love the little crown. It's just a little crown. King of Cups out there at sea with fish just all around. Like the fish are almost ready to jump into the boat for him. I love that. Okay, here we go. Swords. So I'm really partial to swords. I spent a year really studying the swords to kind of come to terms with them. So I really appreciate some good swords. Very typical Rider-Waite sort of symbolism there. One of my favorite cards. Just did a video on this. It's linked down below in the description box. Three of Swords. I love that she chose the swan. That's really nice. And it's, again, this is sort of a green suit, which a color I love. Four of Swords. Interesting rendition there. Five of Swords. Wow. Look at that in the background there. That's sorrow. Yeah, that's poignant. Six of Swords. And these are kind of like daggers, like little hunting knives or something. The seven, you've got the absconding, running away. Kind of the typical. Eight of Swords. Again, very body positive, like that. Nine, look at that nine. Good job. Wow, that's great. 10 of Swords. I kind of like when they, allude to the fact that you're not really going to die from it so much. But this one, it looks like they're dead. Page of Swords. That's it. I like the look on her face. It really sort of has that air of, I'm ready to cut you. Which the Page of Swords can be. Like when we're having all that coming in, there's something there that's ideas can be dicey. And when the Page of Swords shows up in a spread, I find it's about ideas that are coming in, but it's also about an overactive mind. Like your mind is really being turned on in a way that you have to be careful and watch out for, that you're not spinning your wheels. So I like the fact that she's a little cagey. Knight of Swords, perfect. It's actually launching through the air, that reckless nature. Okay, Queen, King. Okay, yay, look at this. We've got a wheelchair. That's great. So we can talk about ableism a bit. Pentacles, one of my favorite suits. Very typical. That's just a straight up Rider-Waite right there. Two of Pentacles. I like her face. That says a lot. Like she's trying to figure it out. She's working it. She's really concentrating, and there's an air of difficulty, and that really the twos bring us into juxtaposed ideas about self and our situations and what's going on with us, and there is a bit of a struggle there whenever a two shows up. Three of Pentacles. Very interesting. What is going on here? So it's like a statue. Are they installing the statue? I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. I have to look that up in the guidebook at some point. Four of Pentacles, I love the look in his eyes. So I'm really noticing that the faces on here are very expressive, and they really, I mean, look at that face right there. You know, look at that. That is really, and I love the fact that this is the primary focus of the card, because really this can be about inequality, about someone who kind of has the power and then someone who doesn't. And so it really shows that here. And there's something cavalier, and there's like an entitlement that's going on there. That's a great rendition of the Six of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. This is probably one of the longer videos I've made. If you made it this far, thank you so much. 7, 8. Look at that. I like that. He's like out in the woods doing his thing. 9 of Pentacles. Got the falcon. I always love it when they have the falcon in there. 10 of Pentacles. What a lovely 10 of Pentacles. It kind of lacks... Yes, it does. There's a bit of a disassociation with the 10 of Pentacles. I guess you can see it a little bit in the way they're sort of distanced from one another. Page. Interesting. I'm actually really big on the Page of Pentacles, and I don't know that this one communicates what I normally feel from the Page of Pentacles. But, you know, this is really every deck is about understanding what the creator is bringing and what they've learned about the tarot and what they're offering. So I'm just going to remain open. Okay. The Knight again. And I like this. He's just kind of, he's totally kicking it. He's not going anywhere, which is very typical of the Knight of Pentacles. You know, that slow moving energy. Queen. Oh, look at her face. I love that look on her face. That's great. And the King of Pentacles. So I want to say it's matte stock, and I don't know if I showed you the back sides. There they are, a little better late than never. This is a lovely deck. I absolutely adore the color palette and the faces, and that it's modern and diverse. You know, not too many older people, but there are some older people in there, so that's great. I'm looking forward to diving into this. Every deck teaches me something new, and I'm grateful for every creator that takes the time to put their heart and soul into something like this and to create something so that I can learn. I really believe the tarot is about us reflecting on who we are and understanding that. It is an oracle of self-exploration and truth. And so the chance to hook up with someone else and their body of work, their body of art, which is a very vulnerable expression of love to the world. It's very precious. It's a precious encounter that we have with someone who's done the work to dive in and go deep with each one of these cards, and I can tell this is going to be a fabulous exploration. If you made it this far, hey, give me a thumbs up, you guys. And go ahead and leave me a comment down below on what you think of this deck. And I hope that you'll sign up for the March Tarot Journal Challenge. It's going to be really easy and a lot of fun. You might want to check out this video or this video. And if not, you want to check out my other channel where I read tarot. You can learn a lot that way and might see what are in the cards for you right now.